I obviously am standing here today because I have a somewhat strange day job compared to you guys. As a 55-year-old guy, I get to put my underpants on the outside of my trousers and run around in front of 60-odd thousand screaming teenagers in Santiago, Chile, and various other places, which ain't bad, I've got to tell you. There are worse ways of earning a crust, trust me. So this is me, well, the back of my head actually, doing my day job. And out there you can see lots of people, and I think it's probably not a stretch of the imagination to say that they are, thankfully, Iron Maiden fans. And I hope they remain that way. But can I also just mention that if we're not careful, they might act like customers. And why is that a bad thing? Well, customers are bad things because customers have a choice and customers will go somewhere else. So what we want is for our customers to be our fans. But also, if I change the word band, one letter, and I call it brand, that's exactly what we are as well. Not a very rock and roll thing to say, I know, but it's true. Point is, we have to keep our fans as fans. How do we do that? And one of the ways we do it is with integrity. You tell the truth. Now, I've got to say, standing here representing Iron Maiden in my funny little black suit and everything else, we have never made a bad album. However, like George Orwell, Animal Farm, all albums are equal, but some albums are more equal than others. But if we take some of those albums that are just a little bit more equal than others, and we say, why do people stick with us? They stick with us because they love what we do, because they buy into our world, and we don't let them down. There we are, earning our money from live, but it's the integrity, back to customers, fans. It's not just customers buying tickets, they are fans, and they want to know the integrity of the band. And the integrity of the band is its creativity. That's our lifeblood. So if we stop making records, we just become a shell. And eventually, the people will just become customers, and they'll walk away to the next nostalgia act. And that's the reason we're growing 20% in a lot of our markets, and that's the reason why we're attracting 16-year-old kids. And those are the people who are filling stadiums, as I said before, not people my age. And the reason is because the integrity is there. And because the band Maiden, we've never sold out. We've ring-fenced our creativity and kept it precious. We've kept the heart and soul of who we are indivisible from what we do. But recently, we were approached to do an Iron Maiden red wine. So I said, well, we're not really a sort of a red wine sort of a band, actually. We're a quintessentially British band. I mean, I like the idea of doing something alcoholic and interesting. Why don't we do a traditional British ale? And the guy goes, oh, okay, well, we'll slap a label on some. I said, no. If we're going to do it, we'll do it properly. We will devise and create our own. Now, the only guy who's actually living in the country that drank enough beer, unfortunately, to do the research was me. So I sat up for about 6 months with the head brewer of this brewery, developing a brew. It was hard and harsh work. And we came up with this beer, which is now just approaching 3 million pints in 6 months, exported to 130 countries. And we're actually quietly very pleased with it. It's not an Iron Maiden beer. It's a beer created by the guys, or some of the guys in Iron Maiden. But as a brand, it stands on its own. Why? Because it has integrity. The unintended consequence is, when somebody rips off your album, and they decide that they're going to go and listen to the download for free, what do? They usually go and drink a few beers while they're doing it. I actually don't care. Download the album as much as you like and drink as much beer as you like. It's fine with me.